Dawid Malan, 4th century of the summer. Every time it seems to be a crucial one, and I seem to keep asking, is that the best one yet? That was a pretty important knock today.
Yeah, it was. I think the conditions, that was definitely up there. It was one of my favourite ones. We won the toss and we were in trouble again, which is disappointing. But that's the way it goes. It's, when you're in England, the first ever game, or first hour of a game, there's always going to be a little bit in it. And they actually bowled very, very well to us, especially just till after lunch. And then we found a bit of momentum with the way Toby played. So the wickets, it was a little bit green, but the plates and things are moving quite massively on it. There's a few cracks and things, so we thought it was better to bat first than bat last on it. So hopefully the wicket plays how we thought it was going to play, and it gets a bit up and down because there are definitely a few that have hit the fingers, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, first Nathan Souter. He obviously had to leave the field. He was able to come back on. He's away for an X-ray now, I think, but precautionary.
Don't know. He's split both sides of his finger. And there was quite a lot of blood actually, so I don't know if he's going to be able to grip the ball or not. So we'll see how he comes back tomorrow. Whether, obviously, what the X-ray says, but he played exceptionally well, and that's probably the price you pay as a number 10 scoring some runs.
A word for those two, Roland Jones and Souter, because they had to hold it together at the other end, didn't they? I mean, as exceptional as obviously where you needed support, and they provided it.
They did. They created momentum for me actually. They were. The way Souts and Toby played, bit similar to the last game where Helmy and Toby took their attack to them, it sort of got me in a position where I could actually trust myself to play some shots, and if what came off, it came off, and it came off beautifully today for all three of us. We had a little chuckle on the field when we were 100 for 5 or whatever it was. We definitely didn't think we'd be having 7 overs of them tonight, but it worked out quite well.
Well, I saw you with each wicket fall, take your helmet off, gloves off, and have a ponder about how you were going to do it yourself, because obviously you were losing top order batsmen around you, so it was having to bat with the lower order, wasn't it? So I guess there were a few pep talks for those at the other end to say, stay with me, we can do this.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say there were pep talks. It was, Toby's played not enough cricket to know what it is. He had a testing 30-odd balls, first 30-odd balls, where he looked like he could probably get out most of them, but he found a way to get through, and it just showed. And the message I had to them was, if you get through your first 20 or 30 balls, there's runs to be had, because it's only the odd one where it actually bounces, where you feel you can nick it. Whereas if you were able to defend late enough, you felt that the nicks would go down. So, when they got in, and then they obviously opened up and played some expansive shots, and they both played exceptionally well. Some of the shots those two guys played for number 8s and 10s were unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, it was reward as well, wasn't it, for batting for yourself deeper into the innings, because overs 50, 60, 70 for those guys, they were able to cash in, which is obviously what a lot of the top order batsmen would have liked to be able to dig in for. They were bowled out though, that was the key thing, wasn't it? They were trying to defend, they were trying to dig in, and that's one of the mantras in trying to turn this around, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I said this last week, there's this expectation that because we're Middlesex and we should be Division 1 and what have you, we have a different team to what we had in 2016, we have a total different team to what we had in 2017, If you'd said to Robbie White halfway through last year he'd be playing as a batter in Middlesex first, he'd probably laughed at you. And now he's getting an opportunity to play as a batsman. George Scott wasn't anywhere near playing a year and a half ago, and suddenly he's played 10 first-class games in the last year and a half. So, guys are getting opportunities. That's all people have ever asked for at Middlesex. So, ultimately it's now down to taking those opportunities. It's no longer, oh well, I want the opportunity. I'm unlucky. You guys are getting the opportunity. So. And that's a great thing for Middlesex, because you can see if guys are good enough or not, if they've got what it takes, and it sort of puts us in a good position moving forward to either back players or to see if there's players that needs to be brought in. So it's a positive either way.
And taking opportunities, Middlesex did tonight. 4 for Helm. I mean, that was a phenomenal pellet from Murtagh as well, but from Helm in particular, he takes the wickets, doesn't he? And that was incredible, wasn't it, from him tonight, what he did?
It was. He doesn't know this, but after his second ball in his second over, he wasn't bowling the lengths I wanted him to bowl, so I told Toby to warm up, and then he got the nick next ball, and then he just cleaned up. But if he hadn't got that nick, he wouldn't have bowled another ball after that over. So thankfully he got that wicket, and
he got into a rhythm, didn't he, after the first one, it seemed?
He did, yeah. He struggled a bit with his. He'd been bowling down the hill at Merchant Taylors, which is obviously you have to adjust and you have to change the way you run. So he struggled to come up. He was saying every ball he was landing was in a different place. So he struggled a bit with that. But when he got it right, because there's a bit in this wicket with that new ball, if you get enough in the right area, especially the pacey balls, you get the nicks, and he bowled fantastically.
just going back to what it was doing, because you said yourself that that's one of your favourite innings. Seam, swing, it was doing a bit of both, wasn't it? Which one more so?
It varied. So before lunch, it felt like it was nipping, and then after lunch, it felt like it swung more. It's a strange wicket. It's almost like you, as I said, you feel like you're only going to nick it if it sort of hits one of those loose little bits and bounces. That's sort of when you feel like you're going to get those nicks. Whereas you felt like if you could play with just a dead bat, it almost went down if you did find the nick or you just missed it. It was a challenge either way. I think the good thing was that even though it played the way it played, if they bowled bad balls, you were able to score, which we didn't have at Merton Taylor's last week. So thankfully we were able to get some runs.
Final thought, I promise not to mention England or Ashes, but I will do another day again, I'm sure. You said that that's one of your favourite innings. That's 4 centuries now this summer. 3 times past 150, an extraordinary number of runs, and all 4 of them come in pretty desperate situations for Middlesex if they wanted to either stay in the match or win the match, like at New Road. It's got to be close to the peak of your career, hasn't it, in terms of how you're feeling, how it's coming out at the moment?
Yeah, look, I'm playing nicely. When you play nicely at the age I am, you want to sort of cash in and make the most of it. I've said before, I'm not worrying about Ashes and these things. Last year I made the mistake by thinking about England stuff, and I got caught up with the wrong things. So this year I'm pretty happy to, if they don't get a call, I'll happily watch it on TV, and if I get a call, I'll happily go and face the music. So